Alright, so what I have here is a 1985 MCI 96A3 bus conversion into a 12 bunk tour bus. It was converted in 2017 by myself and a contractor. We're going to go ahead and start on the outside of the bus. The bus itself is in actually pretty good condition for being in 1985. It has about 860,000 miles on it, or at least that's when the odometer stopped. It does not work anymore. But we'll go ahead and start out with the door here. The door does lock from the inside. It's just when we go out, or if I'm at the place where I am keeping it, I put the padlock on the outside. Tires are in relatively good condition, even though that they're dirty from the mud and everything. It did rain a couple days ago, and I did take it out a couple days ago. Let's see if I can get some of the tread on here. Tread is in decent condition, and the tire itself has no cuts or is not damaged in any way. It is holding air. Alright, the fuel door here is in good condition. There's no, it's not dented. The steel on it will actually clean up really well. The bus itself, it has not been washed outside yet. I'm just taking it out of hibernation for the season. But did take it out last weekend for a drive. Right here we got the battery bay. The battery cutoff switch does work very well. I've got some extra, I have some extra hoses, or some extra belts here with the safety triangles and all that other stuff that you need. Everything in here, the batteries are newer. I replaced them, I believe it was last summer. Does have I installed a 24 volt battery tender on here, and that jumper cable actually just runs out into the back to where the house batteries are, and I just kept that on there to maintain both those battery sets. Moving on, the door for the first bay has a couple dings on it, but is expected on a coach of this year. Closes and functions properly, is watertight, and I am using it as a storage right now a little bit. You can see this is the diesel heater fuel reservoir, and you can see the diesel heater in the back there. That clicking that you hear, it is a little chilly out right now, so I do have the pump on and the heat on. Moving back a little bit more, this is the other door. This door here has some damage on it as well. It's not still structurally sound. It moves freely and still has the springs attached and everything. It's very easy to use with one hand. And this is kind of more of a garage bay. I've got extra fluids and the toolbox and everything else with it, which does come with the bus, so that definitely helps out a lot. You can see that's the pipe there for the sink that's inside, and that does go into a gray tank. Moving on, this is going to be our electrical bay. We've got a 50 amp shore power right there that does plug in right up there with a generator plug right there. You just plug in the 50 amp shore power right there, and that goes to the generator up front. These are the house batteries right here. I have a battery charger on there that keeps them relatively charged throughout the season when I'm not actually running the bus. And that's where the other end of that extension is from the front batteries, and it's just right in the back there. Really nice if you want to jump start it there. for at least the house batteries. Let's see, is there anything else in here? You got a fuse panel here. That right there, that's the old inverter. It went out on me last fall. They have not replaced it, but left everything for it. It is actually a really good inverter. I believe it was a 3,000 watt inverter and can run everything on the bus. With that, there was a control panel and everything up front for it too, which is still there and wired for it. I was planning on putting a new one in. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the two back tires. This is the drive tire. Drive tire is in really good condition. It's dirty, but it is in good condition. It does hold air. 315/80R 22.5 is pretty standard tire here. The tread, let me see if I can get that in here. Sorry for the mud, but where it's sitting at currently, it does get muddy. And the tag tire. The tag tire is in decent condition as well. There's no cuts or anything with the tire. It does hold air. Here is the tread, if you can see it. Sorry about the mud again. Bad Cats Productions, that was my company for the entertainer coach. Selfless plug right there. Alright, we get to the first engine compartment. This is sporting a 6V92 TA Detroit 2-stroke diesel with the Allison HT 750 automatic. It's a 5-speed. The engine was rebuilt about 20,000 miles ago back in 2017. Runs like a champ. I will tell you that much. This thing fires up as if it was brand new off the lot. You have your second diesel heater here, and it comes from the same tank that the front one does. The radiator is in really good condition. If you can actually see inside there, there's nothing that's bent that's in there. It doesn't overheat. In really good condition. I've definitely kept that up. Alright, now to the business end in the back here. Still, it is dirty. I haven't cleaned it yet. You've got your 3 lights there: turn signal, brake light, and reverse light. The reverse light is not hooked up. I replaced the lights on here about last year, and never really saw the need in order to hook that back up, since I mostly pull a trailer. This is a new belt as of last year, in good condition, and that's for your squirrel cages for your radiators up in top. There's the back of the radiator on both sides, in good condition. Alright, this is the engine, the 6V92 Detroit diesel. Very well running engine. We'll start it up in a little bit. We just want to get through the walk around video. Again, there's the other lights. Okay, this thing does have a big hitch on it. This is the bigger receiver, but I do have a adapter on it. I do end up pulling that black trailer behind this quite a bit, and every once in a while this trailer. So yeah, this is the back part of the bus. It's in very good condition. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Not that big of a deal. All right, now I got a little bit more room, so I can back up here a little bit. I was kind of confined to some trailers. All right, so now we're looking at the rear part on the driver's side. This is the other engine bay right here. That's your big air filter right there. I do have the cover for that. I just haven't put it on yet. I was working on a few things in there. But this is also where the transmission is filled on this side. The door on this side does have the latch that you can open, which is really nice when you're filling up the transmission, or if you need to fill up the transmission in wind. So that definitely helps. More logos. Those are my logos again. Yeah, pretty much everything over here looks really nice. Alright, now we'll get into these tires. This tire I did replace. The original one was dry rotted pretty bad. So this one is now the new one, the new used one. Still very good tread on it. There's a lot of mud. I don't know if I'll be able to get some of the tread in there, but it does. It is still a good tire. Alright, so now here's the drive tires. Drive tires are in good condition. They're holding air. All the tires on this bus hold air. They don't have cuts in them. There's no bulges in them. They're all in good condition. Let me see if I can get over here some more. Yeah. Alright, so now to the business end. This is the bay that nobody likes. This is the wet bay. This is where my the water pump is. Let's see, water pump there, fresh water here. This is your black tank right here, and your gray tank. In this bay that will come with the bus is that water heater that's sitting right there, if you want to install it or not. I do have an electric water heater that can be installed pretty easily. Just haven't gotten around to it. An old starter, don't worry, I'm going to get rid of that. You get the stinky slinky too, with some hold-ups and everything for it too. That Traffic Master box there, that's just extra flooring from when I put that floor in, that we'll see in a minute. This is the other side of the garage bay. This bay here, if you want this tank, you can totally take the tank. I was planning on hooking up both those water tanks, so I just have some extra water, and the hoses too. You guys can definitely take the hoses if you're interested. Basically, I'm just trying to make this thing as ready as possible for anybody that wants to come and take it. You can literally pick it up for me and go straight to a campsite. This is the other side of that first bay. There you've got your diesel heater on the left there. Again, using it for storage. I've got some miscellaneous stuff in here. Everything in here still works. The doors on it, actually this side is in much better condition than the driver's side. And I will point out here, there is a little bit of cracking here on this window. That window there, that's where the bunks are at, so it's not going to really be too much of a, it's not too much of an issue. I did seal it from the inside. Alright, moving on here, this is a generator bay. It's a Cummins Onan CMM 7000. It's a gas powered. I do have the tank sitting underneath there, underneath those cornhole games, bag toss. This generator does not run at the moment. It needs a new carb. Carbs are about 50 bucks. Just haven't been able to get around to it. Alright, front steer tire on the driver's side. Again, in good condition. There's no cuts, there's no bulges. Let's see, tread depth is adequate. It's in decent condition. Again, pretty dirty. Let's see now. This is the panel here for your fuses and your spare tire. Thing is right there. Let's see, if you wanted to, I do have a CB antenna it's not hooked up right now. This bus is a work in progress. It always was a work in progress for me. Alright, now that Jen has moved out of the way, mirrors, the glass on the driver's side is in good condition. The slide on the window does work. It does keep the rain out and water. Alright, the front of the bus. There is some of the paint is chipping off. I did end up spray painting it at one point just to kind of make it look nice. This bus is the actual bus itself is in good condition. Let's see, lights do work. Another thing I will point out too, if the camera picks it up, it's very small. It's just some small little cracks in the windshield up front here. Let's see. Here's the very top. All right. I will go ahead and put down the bay doors so we can see the actual paint. Oh, and this window right here. That one is also sealed from the inside.